Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix, and I haven't done the Daily Thought in a while. I was thinking about it, and I was like, wow, I haven't done Daily Thought in, I think, almost a month, close to a month. So I was like, okay, yeah, it's time to do some of those again. So I'll do 2 Daily Thoughts today. I'm still kind of waking up this morning. I woke up like an hour ago. It's, actually, no, a little bit more than an hour ago because I woke up at not even 6, 5 something. But I'm still getting into the swing of things. It's like 7:22 right now as I'm recording this. Uh, yeah, Daily Thought. No one can love you better than you. That's something that I don't think people realize. Where you have people looking for someone to love them and they haven't fully learned how to love themselves. I mentioned this before, if not in my daily thought, then probably in whatever, in a tarot reading or something, where it's like, if you can't love yourself, if you don't know how to love yourself, how can you expect someone else to love you? And it's a thing of knowing your worth, which I've mentioned before many times. I'm trying to get comfortable in this chair. My legs have been being a little bit extra these past 2 days, maybe because I've started back doing my aerobics, which, yeah, I started doing my aerobics again because I was like, okay, I don't want to gain a lot of weight. I want my weight to stay where it's at because I feel like it's a perfect weight now for me. So, yeah, making sure I do aerobics, and then also I'm eating pretty good too. I kind of fell off the wagon, but I digress. So, yeah, it's about knowing your worth and loving you. You have to be able to have a good time with yourself, meaning by yourself. I tell you, I had went to the movies last weekend, and what did I go see? I forgot that quick. Oh, Renfield. That's what I went to go see. Which I'm probably going to do a movie review about that, but that's a whole nother thing. There's so many things going on right now, and I promise you I will update you soon. Like this Mercury retrograde, I think this might be the first time I'm happy about there being a Mercury retrograde, because there's so many things that I have to think about that have been on the back burner, and I'm like, okay, we need to make a decision here. So I kind of been in that energy. But I digress again. The point is about the movies. I went by myself to see Renfield. As soon as I was coming out of Renfield, it was like close to 4 o'clock. And I was like, oh. And I'm noticing that Super Mario Brothers was about to start. And I was like, I'm almost tempted to go see this again because I've already seen Super Mario Brothers. But I didn't. The reason I'm telling you this is that I was totally fine going to the movies by myself. And not only that, I enjoyed one movie so much by myself, because when I went to see Super Mario Brothers the first time, it was by myself. So I was just like, I'd be fine going to see it again by myself. Because the movie is funny. I don't need a storyline. I just need entertainment. And the movie is entertaining. It's a trip. So it's just things like that where some people feel that they have to have someone with them to do things with. And yes, it's always great when you can find someone who's part of your tribe, or if you can find someone who you just connect with that you may want to take it to another level with. That's always great. And marriage is a good thing if it works. You know, marriage can bring out the best in someone and it can bring out the worst in someone. It's a double-edged sword. It cuts both ways. So, to each his own. At the same time, I believe it's a thing of just having a connection. I believe that's what it is for some people. My mother always keeps on talking about, because she knows that I fly solo a lot. Like, I'm fine with flying solo because I entertain myself. I tell jokes by myself. I talk to myself. Yes, I'm sane. You know, I just believe in having a good time. And if I have to have a good time by myself, then so be it. But my mother will always say to me, people need people. Because her thing is, and mind you, she's a sociology major, so that more than likely plays a role in her bias. But she's like, People need to feel like they're part of something, that they need to interact with other people, have a community, all of that other stuff, which is great. For me, it's just kind of like, okay, I'm open to it. Like, I can be friendly. It's just that's not my default. My default isn't, oh, let me go out and see who I can connect with. That's not my default. And maybe because I am comfortable and happy doing solo stuff. At the same time, I can interact with groups like my coworkers. We have a really good time together. We crack jokes and everything, and we're part of a group. It's like a tribe, is what it is with us. And we mesh well too. It's kind of funny because it's 4 of us in our group, and all of us are all the elements in the zodiac, and we're all in order. Where one person is a Taurus, the other person is a Gemini, which follows Taurus. I'm a Cancer, which follows Gemini, and then the other person is a Leo, which follows Cancer. So we're all in a row, and we're all the elements. So it's like we're the perfect, combination and stuff. And I enjoy my time with them, like I genuinely enjoy their company. And that's a good thing. At the same time, can I fly solo? Absolutely, I can fly solo. So I believe that you have to learn to love you. You have to be fine with flying solo. Once you're fine with flying solo, then it'll be easier to fly with someone else or fly with others, because there's this thing called life, and nothing in life is guaranteed. Friendships aren't guaranteed. Marriages aren't guaranteed. Family isn't guaranteed. Jobs aren't guaranteed. Money isn't guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Now, is all of that available to you? Absolutely. It's always available because the world is abundant. It's just not guaranteed. It's one thing that you have to seek, and then you'll find it. And when you find it, you have to work to hold on to it. So, yeah, it's one of those things. And then the other thing, too, about learning how to love you, learning how to appreciate your value and your worth, is that no one will look out for you better than you. You know what you need. You know what you want. You know what works for you. You know what doesn't work for you. Because when something involves you, you're the first person to feel it because it involves you. So if you don't know how to value yourself, if you don't know how to have your best interest at heart, then you're already operating at a handicap where it's like you have one hand tied behind your back because you don't know how to recognize your worth, and you don't know how to state your worth and vocally tell people, okay, this is what I'm worth. Or, no, I'm not accepting this. I'm worth more than that. No, I won't accept this treatment. I'm worth more than that. All of that goes back into you loving you. And again, once you master that, no one can love you better than you. And the whole point of this is, why I'm saying all of this, is that you need to learn how to audit who you are, recognize who you are, and appreciate who you are. Instead of looking for others to recognize, for others to audit, others to recognize, and others to appreciate who you are. Because quiet as it's kept, everybody else is a non-factor. Except God, But everybody else is a non-factor on this planet. They don't know the plans for another person. Only God knows the plans for another person. And your value will always be priceless because you're here. And I've already explained that before in one of my other daily thoughts. So yeah, that is my daily thought. No one will love you better than you. All right, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. Until next time, be blessed.